Hey, 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 how's everyone doing? It's Wednesday. This is 15 Minutes of Fame, and this is the monthly AMA show. That's Ask Mary Anything. I'm Mary, and I'm the Fane here. You can find me here every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time with a really quick business development tip, career tip, or LinkedIn tip. Today, we're talking all about LinkedIn. So feel free to DM me on LinkedIn. I have that open. Drop a comment in of what is your LinkedIn question. It can be anything. Or you can email me at hello@MaryFaneBrand. And I might use your question in an upcoming show. So once a month, I come on here and I'll answer anything that you guys want. So I had some questions submitted ahead of time. This is how you get your question answered live. And I'd love to know, are you watching the replay? Do me a favor, hashtag replay, let me know, and I will go back and answer your questions if I can. So here's the number one question that I got asked like this last month here. What pronoun should I use in my About You section? I, her, or him? So let's start with the answer is I. I wouldn't write Mary Fane Brand is a world-renowned author and live event planner, right? Or Mary Fane Brand is a career coach known throughout the world. It is a personal profile. Write it as you would write it. So the reason that we see people writing Mary Fane Brand is a best-selling author, or Mary Fane Brand is the career coach, number one career coach in Arizona. The reason that you see that is because someone else has written the profile for them. Yeah, true story. I've worked with about 3 people this year where they had someone else write the profile, and that's how it was. It just sounds not personal, right? And the personal profile, you're writing that profile because you want people to connect with you. And how do we have people connect with us? By being more relatable or humanizing it. That's a term that I've coined. And in some other coaching groups, they're like, oh, yeah, we need to humanize it. So we really need to do that. Hey, Bez, happy Tuesday. Peace out. So remember, your objective with your profile is to attract and connect with the individual reading it. Now, how can you connect with the individual reading it if you're talking over here in third person? You just really can't. So we see a lot of authors and speakers write that way, or people who have written the profiles for someone. You'll see it written with the I, Mary Fane Branch. She is known as, he is a world class recruiter, Mr. Bez, right? It just doesn't work in 2022. 1995 called and they'd like those pronouns back. So that is one question that we got asked. The second one is, how many profiles can I have? I have 3 businesses, so I'm going to create 3 different profiles. Okay, notice I'm using the word profile, not page. You may have one personal profile on LinkedIn. It's personal. There's only one of you. One personal profile. However, you can have multiple company pages and you can have what's called now an affiliate page. So if you look up Microsoft Office, that's a huge company and they are very diversified, right? They have different programs and departments that specialize in different things. So they have affiliate pages. For the entrepreneurs is probably one company page. I had 2. And then we canceled the one because you know why? Here's why. It's a lot of work to manage one company page, let alone 2 or 3. To get some value and the ROI out of a company page, you actually have to put in a lot of work. And I don't think that you want to spend your time there. So just create one company page. You can offer different services under that. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I love this question. Bez, got any questions for me? You can ask about features. There's all kinds of new features that keep coming out, but this is not the feature show. If you want me to do what's new on LinkedIn feature show, give me a heart or a thumbs up and I'll go back and I'll see what the votes are. And maybe I'll do that next week. So another question that I got asked was, I hear all the time, I should nurture my network. What does that mean, Mary? Well, it means providing value. It means don't knock at the door with a basket of things to sell. Or like when I was a kid, I walked around the neighborhood with a little red wagon, right? And I was selling stuff for Girl Scouts or something. Don't be that person. Instead, ask your connection, your network, how can I help you? How can I serve you? It might be commenting on their posts. It might be doing an introduction. Oh, snap. I got to do an introduction to someone in the tech industry. I have a perfect connection for them. Bez said yes. So it must be time for another roundup of the new features of LinkedIn. And next Tuesday, that's what we'll do. So nurturing your network means providing value, not selling. You can share information, you can share tips, you can share resources, but you are never supposed to knock at their door on LinkedIn and say, hey, I'm Mary Fane Brandt. I'm a LinkedIn strategist. Your LinkedIn profile needs help. Would you like a consultation call? That goes straight into spam. You get blocked and deleted. So don't do that. Serve first. Let's see. Bez. Beth says, what is a great way to improve my about section? Mine is old and stale and from my resume. Yeah, so delete that resume stuff. Let's talk about your top talents, your success stories. What makes you unique, Bez? This is something that I work with my clients is, what's your personal brand, Bez? Do you know? Do you know what your personal brand is? Infuse that into your about you section. So that's one of my specialties is creating your personal brand and infusing that into your profile, humanizing your profile so that people want to connect with you and support you and collaborate with you. So really, you should always save your profile to PDF so you have it and then start the new profile, right? I always use Google Doc. So in Google Drive, I start my profiles with my clients and myself in Google Drive. And I start writing down the sections like, what do I want to talk about? Here's my hook, right? I want people to read. Then maybe a client testimonial or services I provide, industries I work in, like get specific. The more specific you can be, the more that you're going to attract your ideal client, Bez. So who is your ideal client? Finally, let's see. The next question I got asked, this was a couple of weeks ago, is open to work banner. Is that a yes or no? And I feel, so if you're looking for work, there's a green banner and it says open to work. So it advertises that you're looking. Typically, if you have that up, that means you're unemployed. Is it easier to find a job, Bez, if you're unemployed or if you're employed? I'd love for you to answer that question because you are a recruiter. I know the answer. Think about that for a minute. What do they always say? Is it easier to find a job while you have one or when you're unemployed? Do you want to shout out to the world that you're unemployed on your banner? Now, I'm going to say no. I get why people use it, but I think it doesn't weigh enough on the good side to use it. It's like, "Hey, I'm unemployed, hire me." Instead, you can, reach out to recruiters. You can turn on looking for work where only recruiters and people will see that. So, Bez, thank you for answering. It's easier to find a job when you're employed. So, why advertise that you're unemployed? Right. So, I'm a no on the open to work banner. There are other ways to indicate that you're open for work without saying, "Hey, I'm unemployed, looking for a job, desperate, hire me." Thank you, Bez, for playing along. Finally, the last question that was submitted is, my God, my headline, Mary. I need to tell everything that I do so that I get picked up in searches and people know what I do in those 220 characters. Well, let's think about that. No one's going to know everything you do and all your goodness and greatness in 220 characters, right? Right. So you don't want to cram everything in your headline and make it confusing, right? Like, is she a software developer? Is she a programmer? Just because you can do everything does not mean you're going to get hired for everything. So instead, don't waste a bunch of titles next to your name. You need to sum it up in the 220 characters, right? Sum it up. And it doesn't have to be a perfectly grammar punctuated sentence. Matter of fact, it's more of a statement. Bam. You hear that? It's not a sentence, an English sentence. It's more of a statement. Here's who I work with. Here's how I work them. And here's the value of what I bring to the table. So Bez says, because it's perception of the case study from the employer and it's a confidence walk that you can literally walk away from something not worth it. Okay, so I think what Bez is saying is the perception from the employer, right? So maybe your confidence level is a little lower, like, "Hey, open to work, hire me, hire me." So I hope that this 15 minutes of fame was very valuable for you. I know it's fast, but you can watch the replay and grab all those tips. Also, watch for my content, ring my bell on my profile. When you do that, I forgot to do something today. I feel like I'm a little off. There we go. Ring my bell on my profile to get notified when I'm pushing great content out. And if you like the style and look of the show, right? The cool banners, the name on there, the intro video, and fun stuff like that. Well, that's all possible by StreamYard. They make it so easy to go live. I literally hit a button right up here. It says go live. Start now. Yes. And StreamYard is the official sponsor of 15 Minutes of Fame. I love StreamYard. Not only do I love the platform, the customer service, the people there, they are amazing, always adding new things like the music and stuff that we can play now. So I will drop my link. I'm going to do that right now so I don't forget, you guys. We're going to put links to things that I mentioned. We're going to drop that over into the comments. So if you're interested in like going live, or maybe it's time for you to level up your live game, you know what? Let's talk. Because if you sign up with my affiliate link, yeah, I don't get enough to maybe buy a cup of coffee. But you know what? If you sign up, I appreciate that. And I will give you a 15-minute tutorial on how to set up your StreamYard so you get the most out of it. And I'm just putting that over there on LinkedIn. And then also, if you're local to Arizona, you guys, LinkedIn Local Phoenix, our last event of the year, October 4th, with my co-host, Bruce Carnahan. And it's going to be an amazing event. Our May 1 sold out. It's no selling, no business cards. It's literally taking your online connections offline and having meaningful conversations. Does business happen? Yeah. Do people find jobs? Yeah. Do people win cash prizes? Heck yeah. Do we provide good food, not just like chips and salsa? Heck yeah. Is it in a cool location? You know it, because our events are not boring. They're just unforgettable. So I hope that if you're in Phoenix, you'll connect with me, maybe come to the event, send a friend, come with a friend. And I think that's it for today, you guys. I'm actually going to keep this to my 15 minutes. It's a miracle. Bez, Shelly, Cassie, Cassandra, thank you all for joining me today. Take care, and I'll see you online. Ciao.